Hi everyone, thanks for joining me again today on my podcast. I hope that you're enjoying all the information that's coming through for you. We're going to be addressing more of the family dynamics component today in family business and in family offices and helping everyone understand why I keep reiterating the importance of family dynamics in so many areas of our life. The first one that I'm going to be addressing today is in the couple, right? In the partner, in the husband and wife, or whatever however this constitute the relationship of the family hierarchy, right? The adults, the parents of this family, and why it's so important for you to come to terms with the energy of trust and honesty, right? Transparency, integrity, is because when you are building a business and a family office or a family office, your level of communication, your level of being able to trust yourself and trust your partner is going to be so important in whether your business is going to thrive or your business is going to struggle. Because the single most important factor of a family office and how it succeeds over time is in how we perform within the family, how we perform with each other. And most family offices, most family businesses struggle because the dynamic is broken. It's the dynamic, it's the interaction, it's the lack of communication, it's the not wanting to address that, not wanting to have the uncomfortable conversation, not wanting to step into having that conversation again, right? Or not opening up Pandora's box, right? We hear that all the time. No, I'm not going there anymore. I'm not talking about that anymore. But the reality is that these different values from each of the family members is creating a problem. And that's what nobody really wants to address. Yes, the bottom line is beautiful. Yes, that sale is great. Yes, that investment that went so well that you 10x'd, that's fantastic. However, how you're going to continue to grow and how you continue to expand and evolve the family business, the family office, is how you continue to grow and evolve the family dynamic. How you as a family become stronger, and rather than looking outside of yourselves and pointing outside, is actually coming in and sharing, okay, we made this transaction, this happened, what can we learn from this transaction? What can we do better? You know, sometimes for Katrina and myself in our family office, we don't have a lot of patience, right? And I'm sure a lot of you in business don't have a lot of patience either. So when we're hearing, you know, our return on our investment is gonna take 6 months, a year, 3 years, 7 years, we're like, is that the investment we want to go into, right? Because we know ourselves so well that long-term hold on our investment is not the kind of investment we want to go into, right? And so when you're bringing that into the family dynamic and you're having these conversations, you want to understand what everyone feels comfortable with and who are the determining members that are going to help make this transaction happen and who is not perhaps going to be part of this transaction, right? And so really understanding each of the personalities of the members of your family, what aligns with who, what is their strength, right? And addressing all of that. And that's exactly what I do when I come in to assess a family business, a family office, is to get to know each of the family members and understand where they will be the most beneficial for your business. But with that, we have to start by understanding that even if, let's say, there's 6 members of the family and they're all involved in this business, right? And 1 or 2 of them are really not working. They're not on their A game, right? They're not the big contributors, or they don't feel like this is that important. If somebody doesn't feel something is that important, it's because they're not aligned with that, whatever that is, with the purpose of that business or the alignment to the vision and the mission. And so all of that needs to be addressed early on to understand, how do I get this person, this family member, more engaged in this family business so that the family wealth continues to grow and expand without all the hurdles or without all of the interruptions, because we have a family member that is upset, or we have a family member that is not aligned, or we have a family member that does not want to thrive and be part of this expansion of this business. The one thing I'm going to encourage all of you out there, right, all of the executors of these, the executives of all of these businesses, family offices, the one thing I'm not going to encourage is to just send off money to the kids that are not involved in the business. That never goes well. And the reason for that is because the exchange is as important as the win, as the receiving, as the expansion. The exchange is extraordinarily important because it helps that person feel like they belong to this business, that they belong to this family. And when you're just writing a check and just sending it off to Johnny, just, nope, how much do you need this month? Here you go. And you're just doing that, you're not allowing them to feel that they deserve this. And you're literally digging them deeper and deeper into feeling useless, feeling limited, feeling unaccomplished, unachieved, feeling like they are not special, important, savvy, intelligent enough to be part of what you are building. And so I'm always going to go back to who is not performing at their best. Who do you feel is lagging from doing the best job possible for their capacity or for the role that they hold in the business? And they may be in the wrong role, right? That can happen, right? They're in the wrong, you've got them in the wrong position. Okay. So going back to that person and going back to these conscious conversations where we're all present is to understand the dynamic that is happening when only a few of your kids are involved in the family office, and then a few of them are kind of just hanging out, just lingering, because they don't want to just collect a check, right? I've never met anybody who's just happy collecting a check. When I have a deep sit-down conversation, I have never met anyone working for a family business or a family office, anybody that feels good collecting some extraordinary check at the end of the month or quarterly or once a year or a bonus that they have not earned. I can't stress that enough to let you all know that you are not doing anyone a favor by handing out checks. That's not good. You're just saying that you don't want to deal with them and you're just paying them off to go away, right? And as a family member, trying to create a strong, powerful, loving family dynamic, that is not going to work. That will never go well, and it doesn't go well. And so with that, understanding, first of all, why you feel like it's better to just pay them off or pay them out or buy them out, right? Whatever those words are for you, rather than integrate them into a role that is not only going to substantiate their own self-worth, their own self-confidence, their own self-love, but that you also are gonna feel, wow, like I'm helping my kid, my son, my daughter go through this and elevate themselves by helping them find a role in the business, in the family office that aligns with them. Many times we end up creating a role, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Don't you want your family business and your family office to expand? There's nothing wrong with adding to what you already do. What is wrong is to pay people off to get rid of them, because the energy that you're putting into your family office, family business structure is that you're not taking into consideration the human aspect of this individual, because you're just looking at money, right? And that's what a lot of times family businesses and family offices, that's how they transact, or that's how they are seen, or that's how the family members feel. It's like, yeah, they just want the wealth. They just want to continue to grow. I'm not going to be part of this. Let me just continue to collect my check. Let me continue to feel terrible. And unfortunately, 9 times out of 10, that gets the family in trouble, right? Because there's no one out there that can tell me with certainty that watching one of your kids not be successful, or watching one of your kids go downhill and watch them self-destruct, doesn't pain you. There is pain when we watch those people that are part of our family go down. It pains us. There's no gratification. There's no success. So as much as you want to grow the family office and the family business, when you've got one of your family members or a few of your family members that are not striving for greatness and doing their best, it stifles the energy, but it stifles the actual business trying to grow, evolve, and expand here. Because the human aspect is always going to dominate, because it's what we feel. And it doesn't feel okay to have one of your kids not doing well, actually tragically doing unwell, while everyone else is celebrating and growing and expanding this business. And so with that in mind, that's why it is so important to look at who are the individuals in this family business, in this family office. How are they doing, right? Sometimes you could just sit down and have a conversation with your kids, like individually. I always encourage individually, find out, have a relationship with each of them. And I know that sometimes people will say, no, we were never really close like that. Like, that's my son, that's my daughter, but we were never, well, start now. That's great that it wasn't like that. And that's why this is a transitionary period. This is why I'm speaking about these things, because this has to be addressed in order for you to continue to grow and evolve. In order for you to continue this energy, this trajectory of expansion. Find out how everyone is doing. Not to figure out their problem, not to give them the answers, simply to listen. How can you be better? How can you do better? How can the business be better for you? How can you be better for the business? Right? And when you have all of these attributes figured out, then you know that these conversations will continue to evolve, each of you, where there are good conversations, not legal conversations. And why I'm pointing that out today is because so many times these become legal battles. And I, as a high conflict mediator, did that for over 20 years, still do a lot of mediation. Don't get to that point. Don't make it a legal matter where now people are suing each other. These are your family members. When it could all have been resolved by having these conversations very early on. When you're onboarding a family member into your business, it is important to find out why they want to be part of this business, why you feel it's important to bring them in. The success that Katrina and I have achieved in our own family office is because we don't get in each other's way. I know her strengths, she knows my strengths, and we allow each other to thrive in what we do best, because it's who we are. It's what's helped us elevate our family business. It's what's helped us elevate ourselves and each other. No one is judging each other. No one is saying, oh, but you did this, you did that. No, I am not going to attempt to be the person that is in charge of finances or the financial transactions that we entertain weekly, monthly, all the time. That's her wheelhouse. She's Wall Street. Like, that's her wheelhouse. I am not going to step into that. I am going to sit back and just watch her. Watch her elevate. Watch her shine. When she talks, she just lights up. I want to see more of that. I love seeing that. And she knows that I'm the relationship person. I'm going to have the conversation with the family. I will help the dynamic of the family so that it is pristine, impeccably ready to go, so that they can continue to expand their family office, their family business. That's my strength. And she steps back and just watches and allows me to do what I love to do. And so when you can have that with each of the family members that are in your family business, family office, guess what? Everybody wants to collaborate. Everybody wants to work together. Everybody wants to celebrate the wins. No one's pushing anyone out of the way. The problem is that when this has not been addressed, then the family office begins to struggle because of the lack of communication, the lack of trust, the differing values, the unresolved family conflicts, what happened when the kid was 16, now they're 35, and we're still talking about what happened when you were 16, right? Like, let it go. Start fresh, clean slate. And if we were to bring the astrology into the mix, just because I do that also, 2026, when you add 2026, is a 10. And in numerology, when you reduce the numbers to a single digit, 10 becomes 1. We are in a 1 year. 2026 is a year of new beginnings. What a beautiful place to start now. Beautiful, beautiful place to start now, of just starting this new clean slate, brand new dynamics, being built in to your family business, into your family office. Doesn't matter how many generations in, could be brand new. So Katrina and I'm first generation, she's second generation, but we've built it together. Nothing was handed over to us. Nothing was inherited, none of that. This was literally her and I 5 years ago. So I'm going to invite you to use this time, this year, this clean slate energy to establish this new family dynamics in your family business. You're ready. The time is now. And this will help you to stay out of the courtroom, stay out of those legal battles. Listen, we all know that the legal battles, who wins are the attorneys, right? That's it. Your family's not gonna win because everybody's had to lawyer up. Nobody's gonna win. It's going to be a conflict after a conflict, never-ending battle. I've worked with families that have been in war for over 10 years. And guess what? Those attorneys have pocketed millions of dollars, and the family is still in conflict. And these are not family dynamic issues. These are other issues that they've brought into the mix. And the lawyers just continue to amplify more of that. When you can save all that money and just, put it away, put it to grow, reinvest it for your family, with your family, getting everybody involved. So lots to think about here today, lots to reconsider. But most importantly, be the family office that brings in love, compassion, peace, joy, abundance, expansion. Right? And then guess what? Then those are your kids, and you've got your grandchildren coming in. And listen, as a grandparent myself, I'll tell you that your grandchildren, you're going to treat them different than your kids. So fix this situation with your kids first before the grandchildren start to step in. just because you want your kids to also be those outstanding parents to your grandchildren. And I'm going to leave you with this. Remember that I know, and you know in the deepest of your heart, that you have done everything possible to be the best parent that you could be, right? With the information that you had and have. And all I'm inviting you today is to, if there's a place, a space where it can be tweaked, then just go ahead and start the tweaking process, right? But acknowledge how much you've done, how much goodness, being that force of goodness for yourself, for your family, for the business, for your clients, for your investors. And now it's time to just take it to the next level. Let's just upgrade this family dynamics. Let's just reset this all on a 1 year and be that powerhouse family that is just going to continue to elevate, thrive, and hold this beautiful high frequency of compassion and love in all that you do and all that you are. With that, I'll leave you today. Hope you have a fabulous day and week. I will be back soon.